good evening, or good morning, whenever you are watching this. Welcome to another episode of Doug's Wide Water Sports. Now, before I get going, I know a lot of people are going to ask, why am I not talking about the Super Bowl football in this video? I'm saving that for next week because it's going to get its own video. So I'm going to talk about the Super Bowl. I'm going to talk about the offseason. I'm going to talk about all the new coaches. I'm going to talk about what 6 teams I think will make it back to the playoffs, and I'm going to give you my 5 quarterbacks next week who need to show up this season or shove off. But let's get to the ones I'm going to be talking about today. Let's start with college basketball. Number 1 again goes down this week. Number 1's been very hard to hold on to this season, so it's going to be interesting to see if that continues till we get to March. Now, I just want to go over the games today that have already been decided in case you missed it. Wisconsin beat Michigan in overtime. They set it to OT with a magical half-court shot near the end of regulation to win it, so congratulations to Wisconsin. Miami beat up on North Carolina badly. Butler gets over G. Washington. Georgetown beats Rutgers. Ole Miss, and I hate you, Ole Miss, because I picked you to win this one. You got your ass stomped by Missouri. Ass stomped today, 98-79. Oklahoma State stomped Texas. And the number 24 ranked team of the country, Marquette, there we go, close fucking enough, beat DePaul. And as far as for the games going on right now, Villanova's beating South Florida 59-28. Kentucky's beating Auburn 32-24 near the end of the first period. Baylor's beating Texas Tech. Cleveland State's getting destroyed by I don't care who the hell that is. West Virginia's beating TCU. Texas A&M and Georgia have not played yet. Now I'm going to go over the games that I think my picks for tonight's games. By the way, Kansas is losing to Oklahoma. I got Florida over Mississippi State. Gonzales over Loyola Mary. Notre Dame over Louisville. Michigan State over Purdue. Kansas State over Iowa State. New Mexico wins another game against UNLV. Illinois State gets the upset over the 16th best team in the country. I can't pronounce the name. I'm going to take Cincinnati over Pittsburgh. Oregon over Utah tonight on the big games. As far as for the other games going on tonight, well, later today, I have Georgia over Texas A&M. That's my upset. USG Upstate over FGCU. Ball State gets a win tonight, in my opinion. Arizona State over Stanford. Massachusetts over St. Joseph. Liberty will get their ass beat, hopefully. Yeah. Now, I just got to clarify, there were some other finals today I know I'm missing. And I want to talk about, though, one team in particular, Virginia Tech. What a fall from grace. All I've heard from the Virginia Tech guys, some of their fans, is how they're great. Well, last time I checked, you're not this year. Now, there are 5 games being played tomorrow. At least 5 big ones, at least in the top 25 that are important. You know, there's 5 games, you know, how many you want to say? There's 5 that I know that are going to be the most interesting. So I'm going to make my picks for those. I have Indiana falling to Ohio State. Duke over Boston College. Arizona over California. Syracuse over St. John's. And Minnesota over Illinois. Now, college basketball has been weird, like I said earlier in the video, because number 1 has not been able to hold on. And I think we're going to have a new number 1 this week again. And here are my 5 teams I think here's how it's going to go down. Number 5, I think, is going to be Michigan. I'm kidding. Of course, I ain't going to be fucking Michigan. I think number 5 is going to stay Kansas. 4 is going to stay Duke. I think Indiana's going to fall to 3rd. Michigan's going to go to 2nd. And Florida's going to go to 1 this week. I think that's how it's going to go. Hopefully Notre Dame can stay in the top 25. That'd be nice. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it'd be nice. But that's it on that. As far as for the standings go, this is when, right now, depending who your team is, you're watching the standings carefully, and you're watching how many teams your win has and who they have beaten. Because now it gets to the point where it's do or die time. This is the chance to show, are you made for March Madness, or are you a joke? As far as I go, the ones I'm going to be keeping an eye on during the next few weeks are the ACC, because that's a coin flip right now, in my opinion, with at least 4 teams who are in the conference who I think who all 4 of them have a great shot to win it. I'm going to be keeping my eye on the Big East, because that's always interesting. Big Ten usually is pretty good. So that should tell you that. And I'm actually going to be keeping an eye on, since I do live in Virginia, the Atlantic 10 standings because of VCU in Richmond. That's going to be interesting. I think VCU could be another team to deal with again this year. They've been doing very well in the when they get to March Madness, so hopefully they can keep it up. They do got somewhat of an easy schedule down the rest of the way. They do play tonight at 9 o'clock, 7 p.m. If you guys are caring to watch it, who live in Virginia and watch this, I do have VCU winning tonight. Now let's get to the NBA. The NBA, oh dear God in heaven. 5 games today. I'm going to make my picks on that. Yeah, come on, stupid internet. Work with me. I have the following teams. I have the Nuggets over the Cavaliers tonight. The 76ers over the Bobcats. The Bucks over the Pistons. My Mavericks over the Warriors. Yeah, anyone knows me knows I'm a Mavericks fan. I got to stay loyal to my team. And I got the Utah Jazz over the Kings tonight. Now, as far as for tomorrow, Sunday, February 10th, here are my picks for those games. I got the Knicks over the Clippers. Heat to beat the can't talk. Miami Heat over the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm going to talk about the Lakers in a few minutes. I then have the Nuggets over the Celtics, Hornets over the Raptors. That's my upset pick. Trailblazers over the Magic, Grizzlies over the Timberwolves, Nets over the Spurs. That may surprise some people. And I got the Thunder over the Suns. And as far as for the last game tomorrow, I got the Rockets over the Kings. Now let's talk about the Lakers. We're going to jump to the Western Conference, because normally I start with the Eastern, but I'm going to jump to the Western Conference for a minute. Right now there is a shift going in the Western Conference. Usually the Lakers are one of the best teams, but this year they have not been. And here's my reason. I think Colin Cowherd said it best. The Lakers are a bunch of old people, okay? Old guys, okay? Case in point, Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City. He gets hurt, he may be out for maybe a few days a week. If Steve Nash gets hurt, he's going to be out for a month and a half, give or take. That is the main problem with the Lakers. They have a bunch of old guys, and so do the Mavericks. I'll be the first one to admit that as a Mavericks fan. Both teams have older players, a lot of old guys. That's the main problem. The Lakers and the Mavs are going to have to figure out when we get to the All-Star break, excuse me, my nose ditch, on what to do, or else both of them will not make it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think the Lakers are going to make it, period. They got too many problems. I don't trust Dwight Howard as a Laker. I think that was the worst fucking decision this year in basketball. Whatever dumbass for the Lakers said, oh, let's get Dwight Howard, that'd be a great idea, is a fucking moron! Okay? And I'm pissed about this because I love basketball. I get very heated about the sports I love. Football's one of them, basketball's the other. And it pisses me off that Dwight Howard is a Laker because he's doing nothing for that team. And I'm so glad he's not a Mavericks, because if he was on the Mavs, I'd be asking my owner, what the fuck are you thinking? And the Lakers have already been a train wreck to start with because of the head coach situation. I don't know what the hell's going on in Los Angeles with the Lakers, but somebody needs to figure that shit out when we get to the All-Star break. They're done. Period. Mavericks, same thing. You got to figure out what's going on, else you guys are not going to make it to the playoffs, which is sad because a few years ago you beat Miami for the title. Come on, wake the fuck up. Now, let's talk about the 8 teams leading in the Western Conference. San Antonio, doesn't surprise anybody. Oklahoma City Thunder, again, does not surprise anybody. The new Los Angeles team, the Clippers, who I hope do very well, just so it can slap the smug face off the Laker fan base, because they're some of the worst fans in this country in sports. And that's a fact. Denver doesn't surprise anybody. Memphis doesn't surprise anybody either. Golden State, though, is a surprise to me. I did not think they would be this good. So I gotta tell my hat to Golden State right now. You're surprising me. That could be the dark horse of the Western Conference as far as I go. Utah, Jazz usually hang around in there, you know. If they make it, great. They won't make it past the first round. And as far as for Houston, I know it's early, still talking about playoff, but if Houston makes it, I don't think they're going to do anything damaging if it's San Antonio they're playing against, or whoever it is. Usually I say the 7th and 8th seed in playoffs for the NBA. I don't really consider them a threat. Now, as far as the teams on the outside looking in, trying to figure out a way to get in, you know, we're not even near the All-Star break. Portland, Lakers, and Dallas. If you would ask me, Doug, out of the 4 teams bounding for that 8th seed, Houston, Portland, Lakers, and Mavericks, who make it? I'm going to go with Houston on it right now. Because Portland, I think, has the best shot to take it from them. Lakers are not impressing me at all. And Dallas, I'm a Mavericks fan, but you're not impressing me right now either. And I'm very disappointed by that. Now let's go to the Eastern Conference, and I have to apologize for something. As many of you know who have been bashing on the Wizards over the last few weeks, they actually are doing better than 2 different teams. So, Wizards, there's my fucking clap for you for actually showing the hell up. You're 14-35. I still think you suck. The only 2 teams you suck more than you are the Orlando Magic, who I'm sorry, they should have kept Dwight Howard. They may have been maybe somewhat of a team if that would have happened. And the Charlotte Bobcats, well, let's be honest. The Charlotte Bobcats suck. Now, I know a lot of people ask me why I'm not hating on Cleveland, because at least when I watch them, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. Now, as far as for the 8 teams in the Eastern Conference, Miami, top of the game, they're the champs. Somebody's got to beat them if they want to represent the Eastern Conference. Knicks also are doing very well. I think that surprised people. Indiana, they may be the 3rd seed, but I don't think a lot of people give them credit. I think Indiana, if things would have went differently last year, they could have been playing for the NBA title. That is a team right now I am watching very carefully, because I'm telling you, there was Indiana would, if somebody said, Doug, Indiana's going to be playing for the NBA title, I would not be fucking surprised. Chicago's 4th. Chicago's another good team. I'm worried about them come playoff time, but that's when we get to the playoffs. That's much later on. Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn's probably the surprise right now in the Eastern Conference, because I don't think anybody expected them to be this damn good this quick. Atlanta's 6th. Atlanta's, a few weeks ago I would have said Atlanta would have been one of the top 4 teams. Right now, I'm not too sure. Boston, who's won the last 6 games, I say congratulations on that. Maybe you turn it around, I don't know. And Milwaukee, who's hanging in there in the 8th seed. To me, if anybody's going to catch Milwaukee, it's going to be Philadelphia at this point. And out of the Eastern Conference, the teams I'm looking at it right now, I think Miami's a good candidate to win the Eastern Conference. New York, Indiana, Chicago. I'm even going to say Brooklyn, Atlanta. I'm not too sure, but I want to see what they can do. Okay, let's see if they can move back up to where they were when I remember them. So as for Boston and Milwaukee, I'm sorry. They make it, I say they're done in the first round. I am not sold on this Boston Celtics team yet. I think they're just lucky to be on a 6-game win streak. Period. So as for Milwaukee, hey, to me, you're lucky. End of discussion. Now, let's head over to hockey. Just to give you a recap of the games already played today on February 9th. The Jets, who somebody's going to have to explain to me who the fuck they are again. So I have no clue who the hell they are. Beat the Senators 1-0. The Coyotes and Sharks game just ended the first, and it is zip. The Maple Leafs and Canadiens play tonight. Sabres and Islanders also play tonight. Panthers and Capitals, Ducks, Blues play tonight. Flames, Canucks, Predators, and Wild. The Lightning and Bruins game has been postponed. Now, as far as the game's already finished, besides one I just mentioned, Penguins lost to the New Jersey Devils. Fuck you, New Jersey. I'm a Penguins fan. Flyers over the Hurricanes, and the Red Wings defeated the Oilers 2-1. The Flyers won 4-3 in OT, and the Devils won 3-1. Taking a guess, the Lightning Bruins game was postponed due to weather. Now, as far as for the games that are going to be happening later tonight, I have Maple Leafs, Sabres, the Ducks, the Panthers, the Flames, that's my upset, and the Predators winning tonight. Now, let's go to the standings, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is fun. Let's start with the Western Conference, and to me, the most disappointing team, when I'm looking at this, and because it's going by points, which drives me fucking nuts, it's gotta be a team I thought would have been playing better, and that is Calgary. I thought you would have been better where you were. I thought you would be in the top 8, but you are not. You are pathetic. Alright? You need to figure out something, else you will be in hell. Period on that. Now, first for the Western Conference, the top 8 teams. Chicago. Which does that really surprise anybody that the Chicago Blackhawks are number 1? Hell no. Then it's followed by the Anaheim Ducks in second. Vancouver in third. Does not surprise me. San Jose Sharks. Again, I'm not surprised. Over in the 5th seed, we have Nashville. Again, does not surprise me. The Detroit Red Wings in 6th. Again, that does not surprise me. Dallas, on the other hand, in 7th. That surprises me because I thought they were full of shit. But hey, I'm wrong. Everybody has their own opinion. And the Blues, St. Louis Blues, are in 8th. And the only team right now who I'm even thinking can catch them is either the Phoenix Coyotes or the Oilers. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, everybody else can be eliminated. But that's my opinion. I'm sure other people would disagree. Now, as far as for the other brackets, Eastern, I think the worst team right now in the Eastern Conference. Oh, and by the way, just in case if anybody wants my opinion on Rob Ryan on the Saints job as D-Boss, you'll find out in next week. Before anyone even asks, because I just found out today. The worst team in the Eastern Conference right now is the Washington Capitals. All I heard from the Capital fans was, oh, they're going to be great. They're going to win us a title this year. Bullshit! I'm saying you're the worst team right now in the National Hockey League. You're dead last. You suck. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not making shit. Now, as far as for the standings in the Eastern Conference, because every game is pretty much an elimination, is a playoff game as far as I go. New Jersey's number 1, Boston's number 2, Tampa Bay's 3, my Penguins are 4th. I feel great with that. Ottawa's 5, Montreal is 6, 7 is Toronto, Alberta, Canada. Lance Storm fans in the house, and Carolina's 8th. But Carolina's is in a battle with Winnipeg, Philadelphia, and the Rangers. And the Islanders, Florida, and Buffalo can all sneak in. That 8th seed and even that 7th seed is going to be a battle. And I'm going to say this. Anyone who gets that 7th and 8th seed is going to earn it. But I'm going to say it right now. In hockey, normally, I would say 8th and 7th seeds won't win. But this year, because of the short season and everything else, yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens down the road. It's going to be very interesting to figure out how it goes. Now, before I go, I know there's some hockey games tomorrow, so let me make my picks on that. And then I'll be out of here. I have the Red Wings over the Kings tomorrow. Blue Jackets to lose to the Oilers. The Bruins to beat the Sabres. The Lightning to beat the Rangers. My Penguins to get payback on the Devils from today. And the Blackhawks over the Predators. Those are my picks for this week. And that is pretty much the end of the show, guys. So until next time, when I see you next week, depending who you are for my NFL special, or later tonight when I review Primal Rage, the PlayStation 1, this is the DOUG signing out saying have a good weekend and enjoy all the sports in the war today. Woo, woo, woo. Peace out, homies.